Hey, I'm Tony. This is Too Tough to Die. Today, I've got a few things to get out, and they probably won't be contained to this one show because they're, you know what, just trust me on this. I actually wrote down a whole bunch of these things because many things are happening, too many topics to go through, and each topic would take well more than the amount of time I have for my podcasts. So I will get out the info as best as I can in as elucid a manner as I can to inform you and educate you and get you to stop being the problem in the world. Okay, here goes. First, I think I would like to talk about the Canada Revenue Agency. Those are the vicious bastards that steal our money. I can prove it. Lie to us. Prove it. Cheat us, overcharge us, illegally steal our money. Yes, I can prove all these things. They attempt to get banks to falsify legal requirement to pay documents. They make grievous errors on your returns. They bogusly, some would call it illegally, add income to your returns. They try to fuck us. They lose our documents. They harass you for payments that you don't legally owe. They can shelve your returns for no good reason for months on end. They can mistreat us on the... Geez, this is a long damn list. They can mistreat us on the phone. They can threaten us with false legal action. They don't respond to our members of parliament who are attempting to help these fucking goofs fix their problems. They obfuscate the truth. They deny our rights. They file false police reports. And on and on. You know what? This is a really long fucking list. I'm going to stop right there because I think the point's been made that just the one asshole department, Canada Revenue Agency, will warrant more than one show. So let's not take up all of our time today with them. But that and the fact that they are doing more and more things incorrectly every single fucking day kind of makes them a good candidate for cannon fodder. So we're going to talk about them for a bit. I'm also going to... No, you know what? Let's talk about them right now. Just a couple of points to let you know what's been going on. We had a case where we asked the CRA to correct something on a client's return. And this was done back in 2009. So that's about 8 years ago. We asked them to do it in 2009, and it was shelved for quite a long time. When they finally got off their ass, screwing enough Canadian taxpayers, yeah, that's you, the ones that pay taxes, in October of 2015, or 2015 if you're of that ilk, they finally processed this woman's return that we asked them to do. And as you can probably imagine, they fucked it up. They didn't do it correctly, and they ripped her off for $3,000. And obviously, we said don't pay it. And we sent in the corrected documents to show them how they fucked up. And that was done in November of 2015. And they responded in a timely CRA fashion. Yeah, it wasn't December. It wasn't even in 2015. It wasn't in January. It was in end of May of 2016. About 6 fucking months later, they got back to her. And what they did was they sent her a letter that said, we received this from us. And they said, but these people aren't authorized to speak on your behalf. So we didn't do it. And I think you both know that that's a crock of shit. We've always been authorized for this person, and what CRA calls level 2 authorization, and it was for every single tax year. A client signed in every single tax year one way back when it was in. For all these past years, we've been talking about this client's returns. CRA's never had a problem with it. till they fucked up and we caught them on it. So they delayed, and they sent this woman, like I said, in May of 2016, a letter stating if you want them to do it, you got to get them to sign a new authorization. And she asked us to fill it out. She sent in her documents again. And they waited until September. This was like June the 1st that she did this. So by the time September come rolling around, they sent her another letter and said, oh, guess what? If you would have made this request in 2015, we could have done it. But your time has run out, and it's 2016 now, so too fucking bad for you. And we didn't like that. Didn't sit well with us. And we dug a little bit. We got our MP involved. Wasn't going anywhere. They weren't being speedy. They weren't being efficient, and they're not known for either. Took a call. Well, actually, it took several emails and calls to various members of the Minister of National Revenue's office who weren't being very helpful. One guy, John Power, he didn't want to talk to us. He's afraid to talk to me. Wouldn't even, he stopped talking to the MP as well. We got pushed over to somebody else. They went silent for a while. And it seemed like they didn't want to give this lady her money. In the meantime, while all this was going on, she sent in her 2015 tax return. They stole it. They said, you owe us from 2005, so we're taking this. And they had no right to do that. So we wrote a letter to the Minister of National Revenue. Currently, that is Diane Le Boutillier. If I'm pronouncing her name incorrectly, I apologize. Ministers of National Revenue are like a revolving door. They come and go, kind of like the revolving door between Monsanto and the FDA that I was just telling my friend Joe about here. And the Ministers of National Revenue don't really seem to do much. Well, one of them got a pie in the face, and I love that. That was kind of cool. The Pie Brigade got her. But this new Minister of National Revenue, her charge is Canada Revenue Agency, among other things. She is the head of that agency. So we let her know what her agency was doing. And after a little bit of escalation, it seemed like maybe something was getting done. We got a call back from somebody that said they were out of an appeals center in Ontario, and the case was referred to them by the Minister of National Revenue's email, and they were going to look into it. And we gave them all the documents they needed, very briefly, because they had everything already. He hummed and hawed for another little while, went dark again, and said he didn't have certain documents. Well, enough was enough. We finally, smashed the ball around a little bit, and we got an email and we got a phone call back from this guy that said, we've looked into it. We agree, you're right, and you did make this in a timely fashion way back when, and I'm processing her return for, it was the 2005, I believe, that we asked for in 2015, that we were now well into 16 and starting into, actually, this was now well into 17 already. And we asked him point blank, now that it's done, are we looking for a check now, or how long is this going to take? And we got the usual government response. Normally, things like this take a couple of weeks. And I said to him, okay, well, this isn't a normal situation, and the minister was involved. It's the minister's department. Why can't she call Winnipeg and say, listen, the guy from St. Catharines or Hamilton or wherever he was, team leader in appeals, made a decision. He's sending it over to you for processing. Do it now. We actually got the minister's assistant telling us she can't do that. She can't speed up Winnipeg. So, while all this is going on, this is now spring of 2017. And we sent this woman's 2016 return out now. They've already fucked up her 05, stole her 15, so we're now sending away her 16. Nothing else was owed by her at this point, according to the Canada Revenue Agency. So they had no reason to hold her 2016 return. So obviously they didn't, right? Yeah, you know they did. They didn't process her fucking return for about 3 fucking months. And here's why. They sent her a stupid bill 6 or 8 months earlier, said you owe us like $23, some weird tiny amount. And she had enough of them and said, listen, I'm not screwing around. I'm just going to go pay the damn bill so it clears up to zero so they can't screw around my 2016 when it comes up in a few months. So she paid the bill. So we sent away her 2016 return. It was a refund, but they wouldn't process it. And the reason they wouldn't process it is, well, they fucked up and they're shit. That's why they didn't process it. But the behind-the-scenes things are funny. They stated that the return we filed had keying errors and anomalies that kicked it out of the automatic processing system. And what that means is, to people that don't go to sleep, this is your government fucking you. I don't care if you don't care about tax. They took her $23 payment, whatever the hell she made, and they posted it to her 2017 installment account or 2016 installment account or whatever they did. So when we sent away her return and said she gets a refund of X dollars, because that's all she's entitled to, their records show she was entitled to X dollars plus the 23 extra. So instead of just cutting her the 23 extra dollars like they've done in the fucking past, your notice of assessment would say, we changed your return to include this that you forgot. Fair enough, piece of cake. Give her the $23 extra and we've got her return done in about 6 or 8 days, right? Wrong. It was sitting for over 2 months, not even being touched. This was overlapping with the minister and the team leader and the Halifax or Hamilton and all the other bullshit going on with her. So we wanted to get them both taken care of. And the minister wasn't very helpful, let's put it that way. Finally came down to it. They actually sent her her 16 refund after about 3 months. And then within a couple of weeks, maybe 3 weeks after that, they finally corrected their mistake that this guy said he agreed that it was good, and he sent it over, and he had explicit instructions and details on what we wanted to do, and he agreed with everything. They came back with about $800, and $800 here is, it's coincidental, but they came back with about $800 lower than we figured she should get. So that's problem number one. And then what they did was on the money that they were supposed to give her, according to them, even though it was $800 short, they stole $800 more. We called them up and said, what the hell's going on? First of all, the new notices of assessment and reassessment are kind of gibberish. I don't know what the hell's been going on there at their department, but Le Boutelier, you've got some work to do. Anyway, so we said to them, does this lady, we said, backtrack 2 months in time, if you will. Did she owe you anything? No. Did you give her credit of this or that or whatever she's entitled to? Yes. Did you take any money out of her tax return? No. So she owed you nothing? No. So when you came out with this amount of money, why did you steal $800? Why is it short? I don't know. So they went and looked it up. Put me on hold, long hold. Came back with the solution that a technical resource officer, who's somebody that's trained in things like this, that should know what's going on and should be able to figure things out, was baffled. He couldn't even see where the $800 went. Not the $800 they shorted her, the $800 they stole from what they said they owed her. And he couldn't come up with a reason as to where it even went. Now, double balance accounting shows if it was taken from somewhere, it has to go to somewhere. Had to pay something down, had to go somewhere. There's no trace of it. It's almost as if they took an eraser out, fucking scratched it out, and stole $800 from her. So, second resource officer was involved a couple of days later. Went nowhere. Guy was really helpful. He actually felt what we were trying to accomplish. Couldn't be of any help. He said he was mystified. He couldn't believe it. So we asked for somebody to find out and call us back when they find out. I got some old lady calling me up, say, yeah, you asked for a call back. Yes, you stole 800 of our clients' dollars. There's no recourse there. It's not even visible where it went. You can't even tell us where it went. So she said, well, I don't know where it went. I said, then why are you calling me back? I know, CRA, Revenue Canada. You screw around. You don't know what you're doing. Your job in this instance was to find the answer and call me back with that answer. Her answer was, well, I can send you a statement of account. It's like a bank statement. It says, this money was here, this. Doesn't tell me where it went. It just says, she says, all the numbers will add up. Of course all the fucking numbers will add up. 1, 2, and 3 adds up to 6. 1, 2, and 3 also multiply each other to 6. Who cares? Why are you bothering me? That one's still up in the air. The 800 short plus 800 stolen. So, okay, anyway, let's move on because these people are pissing me off. There's a lot with Canada Revenue Agency. You have no fucking idea. They've probably stolen money from you. They've probably asked you to pay money you didn't owe. You probably paid it thinking they were right. They do things wrong every fucking day. They deny claims every day. The same work goes back in a second time with no changes, and they approve it. They're ass backwards, they're fucking goofs, the whole thing. It's a shit organization. And, I'm not done with them yet. Yes, we're going now, people. They changed their phone system a year ago. Prior to a year ago, you would call some stupid number, 800 number, and you get the frontline phone answering call center agents. And they help you out. They have basic information, they can do what they can do, and anything they can't do or don't know because they don't have the whole technical expertise of everything, because if they did, they'd be a fucking resource officer and not answering at the call center. So most of them are fairly helpful. Some of them are useless tools that we could do without, except here's a topic for another podcast. There's a union there, so we're going to have issues with that. But these idiots, you call up, and they had a phone system where everybody's been involved. Hi, we're experiencing long calls. Just please wait. No problem. I mean, we're not talking about calling Best Buy for something or Staples or whatever. We're calling the government. There's many, many people calling in, hundreds probably. So you wait in the phone queue. You can put your phone on speaker because this is your business. This is your profession. You work with the government. You also have to do work. You can't just sit there with the phone on your ear watching some stupid TV show that's being put out by the alt-left that you're watching. So we put them on speaker. We can still do our work. When they come on and answer the phone, we can then talk to them. That was up until about a year ago. Now what happens when you call in and you dial the phone and all their lines are busy? I don't know how all their lines are busy. Like, what kind of phone system do they have? They have a fucking 8-line phone somewhere? Jesus Christ, it's the federal fucking government, for Christ's sake. But anyway, what they do is the phone system says, too many people are calling right now. Call back later. Goodbye. And they hang up. So now people if you're a regular person that needs to just call them and talk to them, fine. You can call periodically whenever it's free for you during the day and take up your time, however long it takes. But people that are in the business of talking to them and needing that to do their work now have to try to call in 20 or 30 times. It takes away from your everyday job. You can't do things with a smooth flow because you have to keep dialing the damn phone to talk to these asses. So while we've been displaying our angst about this new system, the agents at the other end are saying, yes, we've heard, the phone system is not very good this year. We've heard a lot of backlash, blah, blah, blah. So, Madame Le Boutillier, what in the fuck are you going to do about at least the CRA's phone system? It sucks. It falls under your umbrella. Do fucking something about it. I'm done with these assholes for now. Anyway, I'd like to get on to a nicer topic. Just for now, these were some, my head is filled with ideas. There's too many ideas to get out. But I'd like to talk about space. You know what space I'm talking about. Outer space. It's cool, and it's full of cool things. Just our solar system alone, we've got 9 big planets, By the way, not 8 planets. We have fucking 9 planets. Pluto is a planet. It's not a pawn for the politics of whomever is paying the bills for the astronomical society of buttfuck wherever. We have 9 planets in the solar system. Everybody knows that. We've all been taught that. In our solar system also, we have the following things. Tell me if you understand any of these, if you've heard of any of these, write in. Tell me. Tell the people here. Go on the website, punch in your comments. Tell me I heard of this one. You ever heard of Phobos, Deimos, Europa, Ganymede, Io, Callisto, Janus, Pandora, Callisto, Hyperion, Cressida, Sycorax, not the Doctor Who one, the Milky Way one, Triton, Charon, Hydra, Styx. Do you know what those are? Those are all moons, the names of moons orbiting planets in our solar system. Right now, apparently we've discovered 180 of them. But there is one planet, there is a planet that has one moon. That's Earth, that's us. These are the people that have named 180 moons in our solar system. And what do they call ours? The moon. How fucking stupid is that? Why wasn't it given a nice name? Ganymede or Sycorax or something. It's the moon. Anyway, I'm done there. That's a what the fuck moment. I'm also going to be talking a lot about some traffic issues. I think you heard about that in the last podcast. Traffic is a problem, but before we even get into the traffic, I might even do a segment called either a Rules of the Road segment or maybe Traffic Ass of the Day. When I come in to do my next show, I'll let you know what in the hell happened that morning, because something happens every morning. But let's do a little bit of a cross between the government and the traffic. And we're all getting screwed on this. If you're from Ontario and you actually have a valid license plate on your car, it's probably one of those white ones with the blue letters, unless you've got a truck one and they're black, whatever. But we've had white license plates with blue letters since probably the 60s. And they kind of look shitty. They're not nice to look at. Ontario, yours to discover. Big fucking deal. We see some nice, beautiful plates on the road. They've got pictures of trees or bridges or whatever. Nice colors. They look nice. And the reason that strikes home is a few things. Number one, we do have these shitty white plates that used to cost $10 and then they went up to $20. But if you start noticing now, anything new from where they went to 4 letters that started with a B, they're all fading and peeling. They're peeling away. They're cracking, they're peeling. Some of the whole thing is it's peeling. The license plate is sliding down in bubbles. So I want to know, was this fucking planned? Did we go to a new supplier? Were the convicts not printing the license plates fast enough? Quick enough? I don't know what's going on here. Did they want a little bit more for doing this? Our plates are shit. So we sent it out to somebody else. Who knows? Maybe they put some technology in the plates so that the cops' readers could read them more correctly. I don't know. They're peeling off. But what that also does, guess what? You need to go get a new plate. Now, when you turn in your plates and you want a new plate now, plates cost $57 fucking dollars now. And unlike every other jurisdiction, you need 2 of these, one in the front, one in the back. I'm okay with that. What I'm not okay with is charging me $57 for a piece of shit that you say I need and you provide for me when I pay you the money, and it fucking falls apart. I still see some cars, their plates are so fucking old, they're rusted out, they've got the old 3 numbers in the front. Why are those plates still in existence and the shit from last year is all peeling and fading off? Somebody causes a problem on the road, you can't see the plate. You'd like to inform the police that are supposed to do their job and apprehend these people, and at least this way they have a little bit to go on. I have a plate number. Well, what's the plate number? I don't know. 3 of the letters were faded. It starts with an A. Not helpful. So that's one thing. The license plates also stuck me a while ago because I saw an Ontario plate one time, and it was red. And it looked really fucking cool. And when I thought maybe they're coming out with new ones, or this is one of those things you have to pay a little bit extra to get a red one. No, the red ones are for government vehicles. And there's about 10 million people in Ontario. I don't want somebody from the alt-left calling me in or writing in and saying, you're a liar. There's actually 10,241,000. Who cares? There's about 10 million people in Ontario, a lot of drivers, a lot of cars. How many government vehicles are there in Ontario? Okay, here's what. Give them the shitty white plates. Let us all, seeing as we're paying for new plates anyway, let us go with some nice red ones. Let's get a little color and a little beautification in driving around our city. And that's the other bone of contention. If you're driving around, okay, you went to buy a car. Oh, you like the white one. It looked really good. Oh, you like this gray one. You like this silver one. It looks pretty nice on the showroom floor. It looks pretty nice on the website, blah, blah, blah. Okay, out on the fucking street, all I see are white, gray, and silver fucking cars. And gray can have 20 different shades of gray. I'm looking at gray on the wall here, and I'm looking at gray on the mic. It's all gray and white. One out of every maybe 10 cars has some color in it. Yeah, my car's not gray or white, don't worry. Why don't you people start asking for a colored car? It's so fucking depressing sitting there in traffic, having gotten around all the traffic asses that don't know the fucking rules of the road, to be sitting at a light, yeah, probably because the construction company is taking 19 weeks to fix a fucking intersection that they should have fixed in 3. They would have had it done in 2 days in Toronto. But when they have to hurry up because they pick up their equipment from somewhere else to come back to the new site, they finish the damn thing in 3. So just finish it. So I'm sitting at that light, at that intersection, and there's a stream of white and gray cars over there, and there's a stream of white and gray cars over there. And I'm getting passed by white, gray, white, silver, white. And I shouldn't say cars because none of them are cars anymore. Minivan, SUV, pickup truck, minivan, white, gray, silver. Jesus Christ, people. Sorry, Joe out there, I don't know what color your car is. Not a knock at you. Start buying colored cars. And when the car dealer says, well, that's an extra $179 for the color, you tell them, jam it up your ass. You want me to buy a car? You'll throw in the paint. They'll throw in the damn money for the paint. Don't worry. Get a colored car. Then, tell the government we want some nicer fucking license plates. We need color. We need new. We don't need them peeling. Get a tint in your car. Oh, by the way, the $57. Okay. The ministry is charging us this. So, had somebody I know, sold the car, turned in the plates, and because they had purchased their sticker and it still had maybe 2 months to go, 2 full, let's say 3 months, so 2 full months, because to the Ministry of Ontario, whatever department it does, MTO, 2 months and 29 days left on your sticker is only 2 months of refund. It's not 2 months and 29, it's 2 months. So this guy had about 2 months of refund. They don't give you the money. They don't send you a check. They say you have a credit on your account. Why is this asshole talking about this? Well, I'm not an asshole. Here's why. It wouldn't be bad if you had that credit on your account. Because when I go to renew my sticker and I buy it online, they just give me the discount from my credit and I'd pay the difference. Wrong. They say you can't do it online. You have to go into the office. Okay, I neither have the time or I think you can tell the fucking patience to go into the MTO with the line that as soon as the damn door opens is 50 people long. And the people that work in there obviously must hate that too. And I've got to stand in a line all that way. They would want me to do all that to pick up my what? Fucking $17 credit? Why isn't it good on my account? Why can't I do it online? $57 for this. I'm not giving you your credit for that. Your license plate's peeling. Come and get a fucking new one. It's just a bunch of horse shit. So that's one of the government things that is affecting most of us. And most of you don't care. You don't care if the license plate's white. You don't care if it's peeling. Some of you don't even wash your fucking car. So why would you care? Well, maybe if you knew they were taking some of your money and it was a money grab. Do you remember that sticker? It used to be $74. It was $74 for like 30 fucking years, up until about 5 years ago or 6 years ago. And they just sneaked it up to 82. They went up $8. Then the next year, they went up to 90. Yeah, that's 8. You got the math going. Then they went to 98. Then they just kept going. Now it's 120. And one time when I went to get my sticker, they sent it to me. That's when they used to send it to you and tell you you need to bring this in and pay this much money. And it said right on it, $74. And if you want 2 years, 148. Well, okay, right away. Well, there's a fucking deal for me. I can either give you 74 or 2 years all up front. You know, at least if you'd have said 144 for 2 years, it's like $4 off. They'll get more money up front. You get 2 years. They say, no, no discount. So I went in to get my sticker before my birthday. It had gone up. And I said, well, what the hell is this? I've got the bill you sent me here. It said, bring this in with your $74. Nope, went up to 82. Why wasn't I notified? We don't have to notify you. See, we're getting fucked because we've always been getting fucked, and people have been quiet and taking it. Well, obviously, if you're going to keep taking it, they're going to keep taking more. Like your rights. They take away a little tiny right. Then you don't have this right at all. Then you lose more rights because why should you have that right when you don't have this right? It got so strange and stupid in the States. If you were going to a post office to mail a letter, and I'm talking 15, 20 years ago now, you went to the post office to mail a letter, you had to go through a metal detector and get searched. Well, that was in their Constitution. Illegal search, blah, 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 the whole damn deal. Democrats pretty well got rid of their Constitution. So did that Patriot Act, by the way, an illegal piece of legislation. People really need to read a little bit more. Anyway, I'd just like to let you know that we're also going to be talking about other government departments and, let's say, businesses that are regulated by the government that are still screwing us. And if you don't believe me, if you're inside, look above your head. You see a light on? Yeah, you got a fridge? Yeah, you're paying electricity. You want to know about electricity scams? I'll let you know later. I mentioned earlier, last podcast, about who names things. And I'll tell you why. I find it very interesting. Who gets to name things? First of all, who gets to tear down statues, etc. But there's a couple of places, there are places all around the world like this, but a couple in particular in the United States. There's a place in Georgia, and it's called Cumming, Georgia. And we've also got a place, I think it's in North Carolina. It's called Climax, North Carolina. And over here in Michigan, our friends on one of their highways, Exit 69 is called Big Beaver Road. So I've got a lot of these to bring out to you. Some of them you'll find probably funny. Some of them you might get embarrassed and blush. They're real names of real cities, people. Towns, bridges, whatever. We're also going to talk in the future about the fake news, the fucking fake news. The head purveyors of that piece of shit is CNN. And more importantly, not just somebody saying, well, that's fake news because they said it's fake news and I say it's not fake news. And you hear bullshit like that. I'm going to let you know who owns the media corporations that you probably don't know and who they are connected with. Another issue with the license plates, it's got nothing to do with the license plates, I don't think. That je me souviens crap, I'll discuss that a lot too. One of the good lines that I think is kind of pertinent sometimes in life, Basil Fawlty said, "This is exactly how Nazi Germany started." And he's right on most cases, and I'll let you know when that is appropriate. And before I get back to you in the next one, maybe you could look up something. You've got a mobile device. You've got an electronic gizmo. You're on the internet. You know about YouTube. Search, "We need to talk about Sandy Hook," and other things like that. Oh, by the way, if you are AWDJ003, you really need to learn the rules of the road, pal. I think that's about all for today. I gave you a little bit of a sample, just a morsel. Definitely make sure we hit CRA almost every day and the government, what they're doing to us. Big business, no different there. You're getting screwed by the government. You're getting screwed by big business and your banks. That's a big topic in itself. And before, you hear from me again, you're going to be eating a lot. And a lot of the food you eat is poison. You don't even know where it comes from, who makes it, how they got the laws to let you eat that crap, but you're ingesting it. Here's your tip. If anybody's using an artificial sweetener, you might just want to fucking stop right now. And I think that's about all for today. I'm done. This is Too Tough to Die, and I'm Tony. Thanks.